Mr. Jha, I wanted your take on this. Is the worst over, or do you think we are going to still see more layoffs coming, even in India?
So, Nidhi, I think it's going to intensify. It's a lot to do with, the general sentiment, a little bit of the funding winter that seems to be getting prolonged. And there will be a ripple effect of what's happening in the markets beyond India. So very clearly, the worst is not over. But having said that, I think sometimes we do get a little carried away with the emotional upsurge rather than looking at the relative numbers. So 12,000 or 10,000 or 18,000 or whatever numbers that we are hearing about, they are big anywhere in the world. But when it is 12,000 of, let's say, 87,000 or 18,000 of 1.5 million or 10,000 of 221,000, we are still actually not thinking of huge percentage decreases. So the emotional sensitivity is very high. The seriousness of the crisis, I think, doesn't go away. But at the moment, I think the exaggeration of exits in itself, I think, is something that we should be not overly psyched about.
Why do you call it an exaggeration? Are you saying it's more of a correction rather than, the sort of the way it's being projected?
Yeah. So very clearly, as Mahesh also said, and I agree completely with many of the things that he said, it has been misplaced projection of headcount needs. I think the business environment has played very differently. So some bit of this correction happens in business and in sectors where people cost is a bigger part of your pie. Layoffs happen more naturally in the West, relatively newer in India, as he said. But the fact is, this correction would have had to happen if the matters turned out the way they were. But I think the reason why I would be a little careful about exaggerating that is, while it is not over yet, so we don't know how the cookie will crumble, but the 40s and the 100s and the 150s, I don't think, when you look at the entire tech talent numbers in India, is adding up to a very significant part as yet.